Grant Weaver, and I'm going to interview my grandma. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start off with how old are you?
I am 67.
Um, when and where were you born?
I was born in Jefferson County, Indiana, Madison, at King Storage Hospital.
And how was your childhood?
How was my childhood? It was good. Um, we I was responsible for the small kids under me. Mainly took care of them. I had to help working around the farm. I did help Mom can and helped her clean house. And then when Dad needed me, I went out on the farm and I helped set tobacco. I helped sucker tobacco. I put up hay. I did all. Helped cows, slopped hogs. You did name it, I did it.
So when you were younger, what did you see yourself doing in the future?
Well, I wanted to be a nurse, but back in our days, there wasn't a whole lot of money, and so you know, I just uh, I just did what I had to do, and I worked in a lot of factories. But that's what I really wanted to be, was a nurse. I don't know how. I know you're taping this. I should shut up.
So you mentioned that you worked at factories. What jobs do you have throughout your life?
Well, my first job was Frisch's, and I worked as a waitress inside of the old Frisch's, which is not there no one more. I made 87 cents an hour. Um, Not a whole lot. Made made tips, but 87 cents is what I started out at an hour. And then I went to Grody, worked there for 5 years, and I think I made a dollar starting out. I made $1.87, something like that, an hour. I was there for five, and then I was off after I left Grody. Um, I didn't work. I didn't work. I didn't have another job. I got pregnant and stayed at home, and then after my son was born, um, I went back to work at Ameriform, which was Conair then. But it was Ameriform when it finally shut down. And I worked there for, I think it was not quite $2 an hour, and I worked there 26 years. And then I went to, when it went under, I went to Reliance, which was Roxwell, and um, I worked there for 3.5 years. And then I did make good money there. And then I went to Arvin Singvold and worked there until I retired. I retired in February of 2015.
So what person did you look up to most, or do you look up to most?
Uh, I looked up to my daddy a lot. Um, he was quite a man. He taught us respect. He taught us, how to make a living. Um, my dad went to. He didn't have high schools. They didn't go to high school when the year they were started school. They went to a school there on Peck Pike, and he went to the 8th grade. But for somebody that only had an 8th grade graduation, he was a really smart man. He knew how to provide for his family and take care of them and love them, and you knew you were loved. He disciplined us, yes, but you know nowadays kids don't get disciplined like they do back in the old days. But you know, but
So if you could change something about yourself, what would it be?
probably a little bit of personality. I just don't have much personality. I'm very loud and outgoing and outspoken, and I say whatever's on my mind. I just say it. People take me the wrong way, but that was the way I was brought up on a farm, loud, and that's what I pretend. That's what I do today. So you know, my grandkids, my grandkids have to love me
Yeah.
because I'm a Grammy. But you know, the strangers, like kids that are doesn't know me, they're scared of me when they first meet me because of my voice. But you know, it's just I don't know how to be any other way.
So, what did you think was the most difficult period in your life?
Mm. Mm. Really don't know about that one.
You want me to move on?
Yeah, I'll come back to it.
Okay. What accomplishment in your life are you most proud of?
Being a mama and being a grandma, because my kids were everything to me, and I wouldn't change any of that for the world.
What advice can you offer me and other young adults in life?
Just work hard and stay true to yourself, and just please believe that whatever you've got in mind to be, and you really want to be it, do it. If you can dream it, you can be it. That's kids today, they give up too easy. They don't think about they only think about just a little bit ahead of life, but there's a lot of stuff out there for young men, young women and young men. And if you stay true to yourself and believe you can do it, you can do anything. And you know, parents today, you've got great parents. They'll they'll help you any way they can, and there's no reason why you can't be and you can't reach the goals that you set for yourself. Just work hard.
So, what do you think you're ready to answer the most difficult period in your life? Here, if you remember the question.
Oh, I really don't have a lot of regrets. Uh, I regret not trying to get a job and working my way through college so that I could have had a better education, and I wouldn't have had to work in factories. Yes, factories provided me with the means of taking care of my children, and you know, but it's not an easy job, and I really wouldn't want to see any one of my grandkids in a factory because it's just hard. It's hard work, but a lot of people go to it because they don't have an education, or they don't have the money to get an education. But I mean, there's a few regrets in my life, but I don't think that's worth mentioning. Just for my personal life. But my regret is not not getting a better education, not realizing. See, what children don't know today that I know. A lot of kids just go to school to get through school, and they don't stop and think that what they learn in high school will carry them down the road to college. People don't have to go to college to get an education, but it helps. It helps for better jobs. It helps them. They don't have to have a factory to go to. I mean, it's all right for me because that's what I chose. But I would want to see better things for my children and my grandchildren. And my only regret was not getting a better education, and so that you know it's just part of life. But you know, I don't know.
Alright, well, That's all the questions I got for you. I'll stop bothering you. Thank you.
Don't ever give your dreams up, baby boy.
Oh,